thought I would try to show what I mean by a zine, folding a zine, something into a zine. I like to paint or doodle or otherwise create an abstract painting or piece and then fold it into a zine. What do I mean by that? Well, according to Purdue Libraries, a zine is a self-published, non-commercial booklet typically created by hand and produced in small batches. And it derives from fanzine. I would further say what I'm talking about is it's a single like artifact piece. It's this little booklet or pamphlet or brochure, if you want to say. So here's an example of something I've done. It was a larger sheet of paper, 8 of these sections large, and I painted some sort of abstract sky, nebula, outer space, cosmos, entanglement, piece of watercolor in several stages. I really loved it. But then when I folded it, I wasn't so sure about how this translates. We'll see. But anyway, confessional. But here's my example of something I do with zines. They can also, that's kind of, it's simplistic, but also takes a while to get to this. Few layers, few things waiting to dry. So I thought, well, there's also a very quote unquote simple, easy, quick way to do a zine that you could do, say, with family or something like that, or a group of kids or adults, like grown-up kids. So I'll just do something, get something on this page here so we can see. And excuse my handwriting here. This is my left hand, my non-dominant hand. I like to do these exercises. Figure why not combine that here. That seems, oh yeah, that's a nice sentiment. And then continuing with the sort of non-dominant hand practice, maybe warm-up exercise. Just sort of, because I already know these projects look kind of a little bit cooler once you fold it. If there's something to look at, something to actually jumble up and fold. A couple more of these nice circles. It just feels good. No other reason. Good practice, feels good. All right, get the point. So here we have a nice non-dominant hand practice exercise, and let's turn it into a very easy, simple zine using a zine fold. Fold it lengthwise. Breathe. This is just a piece of paper. Actually, it felt like it wanted to go that way. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. Like I always say, the paper has a role in directing itself. All right, so it's a nice, I like to line up the edges as best as I can. Nice fold, another fold. I'm gonna unfold this, but I need 8 sections. Pretty neat, but we're not there yet. We're going to unfold this and have a strategic cut. So unfolding sheet of paper again. Now I want to fold it this way. I guess I might call that horizontally. The other way being, what is the other way? Vertically. Not quite what I mean, but kind of easier to show than tell, I guess, sometimes. All right, nice. So now I've got this sheet of paper folded in half, essentially. What I'm gonna do is cut from the folded side in one section only. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna try to be very careful about this. Let's see if I can show how I do this. All right, so a strategic cut, one strategic cut away from a little cute little demo zine. I think I did okay there. So it's a little forgiving, but don't want to go too short or anywhere past it really. So I'm going to gently, hopefully, unfold paper. So now I've got several strategic folds and one strategic cut. And I take again these two ends, begin to fold that while I see what I'm doing there. You see from that point of view. And now I have something, I have a zine, a single and I have some choice in what I want to be the cover. I'm not sure. There we go. T exclamation mark. I wasn't sure how I wanted to cut that one up. I might redo that a couple times if I was sending it to print or something. But well, I guess this is sending it to print, so we'll all have to live with it together. I might have changed where the letters line up because they sort of cut in strange places. But also, that's kind of fun, actually. So now I will commit to this edge, this little spine. I admit I wanted to have, where is it? A future with more artists. Yeah, I wanted that in there. All right. If I had put it on the outside, it would be split. All right, so that's my zine, basically. It's this cute, beautiful little zine. Could also be, let's see, that could be the front, and it could go like that, and, I could work that. I could actually say art in, and, I kind of like this for this project. To take it one step further, just to demonstrate what I mean by gluing. I'm gonna take something protective, put something protective over my workspace. I save all these pieces of cardboard from pads of paper. They are very useful in projects such as this. This might be a little small, but let's see, something a little bit bigger. This, glue and adhesives will certainly wash off of this mat, but I want to spare myself that if I can. Okay. So I'm going to glue the back of this and then fold it back into a zine and hope this works. I like my blue glue stick because it shows me where I have placed adhesive, and there is no perfect right way to do this. In this case, this isn't one of my usual thick watercolor or sketch pad papers. This is copy paper, and it's gonna start to curl, and the moisture of this glue is gonna inhabit for a while the fibers of this paper. So I'm trying to be quick. I'm not going to be too exacting on this project because you know, the paper is just gonna fight me. But it does, I do like to get all the panels having a little bit of glue. All right, I might be doing a couple areas again. Okay, make sure I put my cap back on, but I don't have a lot of time here. So again, let's see if this will work. I want to like have that part go out immediately. Give myself a little time there. Balancing it on this board still, but don't have to. So I didn't like how that lined up. Probably regret that. It's almost easier to work with thicker paper. Yeah, or it is easier, but there's more at stake than cost-wise, and well, yeah, cost and time. It takes more resources. Okay, I've got these two ends. I wanted those to be glued, so I can sort of be mindful about how I fold this in. I like to use these to push it like together like that. And look for my, oh, I could say it. I could say it. I like how I sometimes think of a person's head sitting here over me, but it's my phone, and I go to show, like, to be polite, and that's not, you know, what we're doing here. All right. Cute little glued up zine. The paper isn't going to line up completely perfectly now because it's been folded. That takes up some of the space. That'll dry clear. A little off in the middle, but once it dries, trim it up. Bob's your uncle. Zine. For now, I'm gonna go put it to dry for a while under some books. I'm gonna take some maybe wax paper just to let it, so these don't reactivate or stick to each other. So I'm gonna go like this. Put this under some weights. And might even show how it ends up looking, but you get the idea. So again, zine fold. You might do it differently, huh? You might have, well, you'd probably write something different, would you? I think it's a pretty good wish. Different design, of course, maybe different colors. It's kind of cool. Could also, you know, add to it once you have it folded and, you know, glued and everything. So options, very fun. Well, and it's funny too because it's, for me, time for tea. And to get this under some heavy books. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.